a few random thoughts that just came to me while I was making my salad. I've had them actually all day, but I just had no way to express it, so here we are. Random, but just think about it. Deep thinking. Okay. What if, and maybe this will be my new series. I'm just testing this out, see what happens. But these are real thoughts that have come to me today. As I was watering my plants, what if the Miracle-Gro that we're using is just Epsom salt with blue food coloring or dyed crystals that just makes the water blue? What if all this time, what we thought was a really natural way of keeping our flowers and our fruits and vegetables healthy, strong, and vigor and abundant, what if all we've ever been using all these years is Epsom salt? It hit me. I was watering my flowers today. I was watering my figs and everything. And I looked in the water and I see white crystals. I'm like, oh, that looks like Epsom salt. And I'm like, wait a minute, what if? Here's another one for you. What if, and I say this because I literally cut up an avocado. And this came to me just now. What if avocados are like eggs, but in a different form? Because if you think about it, you have that green outer layer as it is, but then you have the white, yellow, creamy center, like a yolk. What if avocados are just as good as eggs? What if? You don't know. What if? There was another one. What if Dawn dish soap, Miracle-Gro plant food, and Windex all had the same blue chemicals that make the liquids blue? What if? Here's another one. So, here's a little story behind it. Today my client was talking to me about her daughter. She's in the school system, and she was talking about, her daughter was talking to her mom about how she doesn't feel safe being a teacher anymore in the school system because how children have been acting and becoming so aggressive towards the teachers. And how teachers have quit their jobs because they don't feel safe, nothing's being done, yada, yada, yada. No consequences. If the consequences are being taken care of, they're not taken care of better than what they probably should. So she told me that there was this kid in their district, and he was being a very troubled kid, like I think a third or fourth grader, young kid, fourth grader, because next year he'll be a fifth grader. Anyways, and the woman's daughter said, I feel like you just want to get into trouble all the time. Why are you purposely getting yourself into trouble and causing problems? You can be a good student. And he says, a good student, he says, that's no fun, And she says, well, why are you causing all these problems? That's kind of harassing the students and the teachers, and it's giving them a hard time for no reason. He says, if I wanted to give you a hard time for no reason, all I have to say, and I quote, I'm not joking, I swear to God. The student says, all I have to do is say about a fake bomb being somewhere in the school and blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh my God. Here's my thing. And so, of course, they had to expel this child. Well, nothing was being done. Teachers had to, talk to the parents, yada, yada. Finally, they expelled the child for the rest of this year, or last year, or whatever. But they said they'll bring him back the following next year, in the future. They'll bring him back, this kid. And it's like expelling a child that has already shown aggression towards public education or other people, public places, should not be put back into the system. It should be completely cut off. Anyways, I said, well, what if instead of dealing with that, let's say, for example, I pray to God nothing happens. If they do bring a pistoli into the situation of this education center with other people, instead of having people lose their selves to the system of brokenness, why don't the teachers just carry tasers with them? And just say, hey, you threaten us, I will take you down. Safely and humanely. What if there is a way that we can literally help and not hurt, but quickly dismantle, diffuse a situation before they get too riled up? You see what I mean? What if teachers had permits to have tasers, or however this situation could come across in a safe manner where no one goes away unwillingly? But what if having a waiver to carry a taser is the answer? What if? So yeah. Student gets riled up. Student doesn't want to listen to teacher. Teacher says, I'm going to give you whatever. Strike one. And that's it. But what if tasers have lasers? I'm not doing this on purpose. I'm just thinking out loud. What if the taser could have a laser on it, and then when there was 3 lasers on the student, or I don't even think that's even possible. Just as soon as something like this comes up, you just zap them, put them down quickly, safely, or just somehow divert them and tell them, hey, let's go over here and let's just put your butt to sleep. And then call whatever you need to keep everyone safe. What if that was the way to actually handle this better situation? What if? Tasers with signing waivers for tasers with lasers. There you go. What if this was the cure to all problems that could be quickly solved? What if? I think if I have any more, I'll have to write it down. My mind lately, I don't know if anyone else's mind has been acting this way, but my mind has been like, I've been thinking so far out of the box lately. I've just been, my mind, it feels so. But anyways, a few nights ago, there was a little spat with my mom and I. She left against my will, but nevertheless, hope to God she's home and safe in one piece. But anyways, the reason why I say that because she got mad at me for helping her because she hurt herself 4 days ago, and I did my best to care for her, take care of whatever situation. She called me a dildo without batteries. You're useless. You're absolutely hopeless, whatever. There's no point in keeping, whatever. She's just herself. Loving self. And then stormed out and took her car, which I wish I didn't want her driving, but I can't hold her back. But anyways, yeah, she said she'd rather die in a car accident than be with me. I don't know why, but she's gonna regret saying that. She will. Anyways, I've been, that morning I was supposed to work, but nevertheless, I cried myself to sleep, and I heard in my head, not joking, this voice, and it felt like a male energy, a male voice. It said, I'll watch over you. But when I hear this voice, and I feel like it's the same voice that I hear whenever he wants to talk or he wants to let me know it's okay. Whatever, I need to find these answers. Anyways, it comes from the back of my head, like where the occipital lobe is, the reptile brain. You have your second brain here. You have your first brain up here. It comes from back here all the way. I could feel it going all the way back, or from the back all the way to the front of my third eye. And I hear it in my head. I hear it. I feel it and I hear it. And it's very comforting to know that I'm not alone. And it makes me feel I want to pursue more. But what if that voice I'm hearing in my head was actually my higher self talking to me? My higher self, when I feel down like that, is myself checking in with me, saying, hey, I've got me. I've got you. You're not alone. We are here. Because we have a soul inside our meat suit. What if the voice within our heads is actually our higher selves telling us, we got this. It's okay. You are safe. What if? Anywho. I'm tired. Y'all have a great day. If you like this little situation, 11 minutes, almost 12 minutes of this, but let me know if you have any ideas. We can just kind of throw some random things at me and we can have a conversation. I'll think about it and then I'll see what I can come up with. And then we can have like a what if series or random thoughts for the universe, from the universe. I don't know, from within. Random thoughts from within. I mean, I feel like there's something there and I just don't know what it is yet, but I'm excited about it because this is just something different. And I will be the first of doing this. So, what if?